よろしくお願いします、先輩。
Alright guys, so this is the chart I made. So for me, ideal for trading is either Horan. Horan. So these are her stats. She's really good. Sorry, even with health ruins, she can trade for 2 or 3. Mercedes usually trades for 1. But the thing is, Mercedes can also trade for hell, while that's really hard for Horan. So, oh yeah, crit Mercedes. HP Mercedes can maybe trade with 2 if the person who hits him is not quite dedicated. And also one more thing, Horan uses her own damage for the basis of her reflect damage. What this means sometimes is that if a Mercedes hits her, she can kill that. A crit Mercedes or something with soft ruins base, something that's squishy. Mercedes can't do that because Mercedes reflects the enemy's damage. So that's just something to keep in mind. Ron, personally, I don't think you should. Previously, before Carlson, out of the 3, I preferred him the most. But right now, personally, I don't think you should use him because Carlson's just much better than him. Ron has reflect damage, but it's negligible. It's so small. You shouldn't even consider it. It doesn't kill anything. So you can see his attack is slightly better than Carlson, but Carlson has shield bash, which means he does more damage actually than Ron. The second thing is you can see the health. The health of Carlson, this is base stats by the way. The health of Carlson is more than twice the health of Ron. And he also has 12% defense. You might say Ron has 100% agi when he procs it. Well, 100% agi, it means that you have 35% damage reduction and half damage over time. But the thing is, Carlson is already immune to damage over time, and he already has an automatic 35% damage reduction. So he's essentially Ron with twice the HP and twice the defense. So yeah, so you can just screenshot this if you want. Oh yeah, you can see out of all of them, Carlson has the most superior HP by far, 1,400 away from Mercedes. That's a lot. What this means is that Carlson is able to use shield ruins, while the other 3 have to use health ruins. Because if the other 3 use shield ruins reduces the damage, but if your health pool is so small, you'll still die. So they have to use health ruins. Carlson's the only exception. Alright, so you can see the mages are dead. I'm going to be explaining why Maria and Hel in particular died. And yeah, essentially mages died because everyone was abusing serendia. Everyone was using warriors to silence the enemy. It's a race to kill the enemy serendia. So yeah, that's why mages kind of died. Then okay, let's go through this later. So for the warriors, Rignet is still on her spot. Number 3 is the reason why Hel died. I'll explain him later. Beatrice, I'll explain her also later. So sorry about that. Alright, so this is for the defenders. This one's Ayan, by the way. He's essentially a Deca with weaker damage, but much tankier, and he has damage over time. Alright, so what should I do now? Alright, I'll just reiterate what I said a while ago. Carlson, you can see his usage is 98. That's higher than hell now. That's because he's undisputedly the best 3-star defender. You can just look at this. Look at the stats. Look at the stats and remember that his skills are better than the other 3. He has damage reduction, damage over time, immunity. Shield bash is just a bonus, but yeah, his skills are better than the 3 of them. That's why he has such a high usage rate. The only reason why the others, like you can see Haran still being used, they're being used in tandem with Carlson, like an extra taunt. Sometimes I think they put Haran in the front, Carlson in the back, so just so that Haran can take one suicide for one. Like usually their first hit is Rignet or Rai, so yeah, suicide for one. Alright. Serendia is second because she's essentially a Hyunwall and an Arenas combined. Plus she has 50% damage reduction. You might think that's useless for support, but it's super useful. What does this mean? You can put her in the front of your team. She's immune to attack. She's attack interference immune, so you can't silence her. That's why you have to kill her. She's immune to what was I saying? Oh yeah, she has high damage reduction. What this means is that she's really good against Rai and Rignet. She doesn't die. Sometimes half her HP doesn't even get consumed. Yeah, and Rignet's just there because she's generally a really good DPS, especially when she crits. It's hard to kill. It's easy to kill non-tanks and non-Serendias. So Beatrice is someone new. Sloan can kill anyone who's not damaged over time immune. Rignet, Rai, Lito, anyone. Deca, except for this guy, Ayan, who's the defender, so it doesn't matter. Alright, so why is Beatrice here? What's this? Oops, I'm sorry, that's not supposed to be there. Beatrice deals fixed damage. The second skill, I'm sorry, this is a screenshot, so I can't show you, but the second skill deals 100% fixed damage. What does this mean? It means that for Carlson, who usually uses shield ruins, he's naked. Beatrice can kill him easily. That's what makes him better than Rai and Rignet for killing Carlson. It's that simple. Carlson has 98% usage rates, so of course someone who counters Carlson will pop up. Maroon. Why did Maroon die? Maroon is dead because her job is to silence people, and Serendia essentially makes everyone else do her job, but with damage. So that's why she died. Very simple. Hyunwall. Why did he die? Because Serendia is basically Hyunwall plus Arenas combined. But you might say, why didn't Arenas die? Arenas didn't die because her tiles are great. Both her and Serendia have 9 tiles, so it's easy to chain them, easy to move them around. So yeah, that's why Hyunwall died, because essentially everyone uses Hyunwall for the attack interference, which debuff removing is essentially the same. It even removes damage over time, so it's a bit better. But it's basically you just want the attack interference from Serendia. Alright, Maria. Why did Maria die? In general, mages died, and the reason why Maria died is because there's no health. She's used to fight hell, and there's no hell. Plus, she's a mage, so mages are weak in Korea right now. Hell. Why did Hell die? I think I've mentioned like 10 times already. Hell died. Oh shit! I'm sorry. I haven't mentioned in particular why she died. She died because just to reiterate for emphasis, the 3 units who changed the meta, at least in my opinion, are number 1, Serendia. So Serendia, you can see her here. She changed the meta because she has a 9 tile, gives debuff immune. I mean debuff removal, which is essentially what Hyun is trying to do, and she also has a good attack buff. I think 60%. Arena has 40%. She also gives a lot of crit rate, a lot, like 20%, I think. Yeah. So this is Serendia. I have mine at plus 14. I'm just waiting for the Soul Gear discount. This one's Carlson. Carlson has a very, very, very tanky. You can just try putting him alone in Novice and see how much he tanks. I had cases where he could tank for 4 rounds if the team was really defensive, but normally he'd die for round 1. But he still tanks more than any other 3-star defender. He also tanks longer and has damage over time immunity. Yeah, that's how strong he is. Right. The last one is Cry or Shame. So I forgot which one. I think Cry is the one that's crying. Shame is a black guy. Shame is her brother. That's the main character. This one's the helper. So what's Shame's skill? Shame is a warrior who hits 1 tile, but he's really strong because before he hits, he steals all the enemy's buff. What does this mean for Hell? Before he hits Hell, he steals all the buff. He gets extra crit rate, extra attack, and he also has the taunt and reflective counter of Hell. It basically means if there's a Hell in the enemy, Cry is gonna be the Hell. That's the biggest reason why Hell dropped. So the two main reasons is because of Cry and because of this girl Serendia. Betty, actually, the helper's Betty. This one's Lauren. This one's Cry. Yeah, I think that's it basically. Thanks for watching, I guess.